Hey, Ted Brown, Brown Injection Systems. Want to convert this Corvair today over to fuel injection.
All right. I guess we need a 1/2 inch wrench to go ahead and get the carburetors off. Yeah, those are just kind of loose.
Wire comes off this temperature sensor, your car will cut off and will not run. Bottom line. And it happened to me last night at 6:15.
So how long did it take you to find it?
Because I had my computer hooked up, took less than 5 minutes. Water temperature equivalent. So what I'm saying is that temperature location is actually hotter than 180 to 200 degrees. Well, what we do is we use a resistor to bring the temperature back down for the computer. So it's actually about 240, 250 degrees there. We use a resistor to bring the resistance down so the computer thinks it's 180 degrees there.
Okay.
That's how we do that. And that's where most conversions have failed with computers. They cannot get the temperature right. We're trying to deliver the maximum amount of fuel, the maximum amount of spark for the best efficiency. That's all we're trying to do. And we're still not there. We're 90%. That computer still got 10% worth of improvement. And some smart guy, making Dean maybe, and some smart guy is going to work with the chip and get it that last 10% to get the most out of it. But it's a middle of the road chip. We are not making a race car out of this. These are middle of the road. How we doing down there, young Glenn?
Oh, just humming right along.
I'm thinking about adopting Glenn.
Well, you don't talk no old man, but if the
You'd have
price
to-
is right,
You'd
I'll
have to
take
pay
it.
$1,000 for it now.
Martin and I were asking about, we were talking about O2, the heated O2 sensor, and we wanted to ask a question. What do you do about dual exhaust?
On dual exhaust,
extractors?
basically everything on this side is going to be a slave. So the driver's side controls everything. So if something did happen to your slave side, you need to pay attention to that. But like I say, you're really not going to have that unless something happens to that throttle body. The only thing on this side working is that throttle body injector. So as long as that throttle body injector is spitting out gas, you're probably not going to ever have a problem. But everything is on the driver's side of the car. This is basically just a slave.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about having two O2 sensors.
Nah. Even if you had two O2 sensors, you'd have no way to control them. And the heated O2 sensor, all that does is make it where your wife don't get pissed at you. Because you stand in the back of the car, you're going to smell like gas. And I mean, it will make your eyes water until the O2 sensor kicks in. So the heated O2 sensor kicks in about 30 seconds. So it starts controlling the fuel, starts getting 14.7 to 1 instead of that rich 12.5 to 1 that it's just, I mean, it makes your eyes water. So, and it makes the car, the idle is the only thing I don't like, especially for an automatic. The straight drive, you're not going to really notice it because there's no load. With an automatic, when you go from neutral to drive, you get fuel injection has to go in there and say, RPM's just dropped. Now I want to add some timing, I want to add some gas to it. Now if it's getting too much, I got to take some time away. So it goes through a little, just like the car does. So it's got to go through there and figure that out. With the automatics, I mean with straight drive, you don't even notice it, obviously, because you don't have that. If there was a switch in the selector that would tell it when it was in drive and park, you didn't get away with that. Then it'd know when you put it in drive, and it would automatically. It wouldn't have to wait to identify that the RPMs have dropped. It would automatically add it before it even happened. So that's
And there's a connection on the computer for that?
there is a connection, but that's something I'm working on for the future. Everything's little things like that are for the future. Like I say, they are adapted for an automatic, but they were actually designed for a straight drive. What you got?
Want to take the rest of your stuff?
Nope. All we need is, yeah, got to take that off. So get it. Yeah.